while Tom Cruise riding a motorcycle off a cliff parachuting down near Rocky Mountains might be the main attraction of this movie, I'd argue that the women of Mission Impossible are the real main attraction here. In this essay, Tom Cruise, riding off the high of the success of Top Gun Maverick, comes back with Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, long-ass title, but here we go. One of the first major movies to go back into production during the COVID lockdown here, which Tom Cruise himself went viral for.
You're back there in Hollywood making movies right now because of us! Because they believe in us and what we're doing!
Well, Tom, I believe in what you're doing because Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1 is a good-ass time. And of course this movie is a good-ass time. It's a Mission Impossible movie. Get with it. These movies are too entertaining to not like, if I'm being real. Because it gives you exactly what you want. You know what you want. The team behind it knows what you want. And it gives you what you want to varying degrees of success. And Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1, goddamn it, long-ass title. It gives you what you want. The action set pieces and stunts, yeah, it's good. Have you heard of Tom Cruise? They've marketed the hell out of that cliff jump, honestly, and when you watch it, it doesn't take anything away from it. My ass cheeks were still glued down to the seat, a little bit sweating. I was like, holy shit. Even outside of the motorcycle jump, I mean, all the action set pieces are amazing. The car chase scene in Rome. There is a continuation of a train scene in the third act where I was like, oh my god. They just know how to do an action scene now. Not only is it insanely intense and impressive, and you have that feeling of believability because you know it is Tom Cruise, so you know he's doing that shit for real. And they sprinkle some moments of humor throughout some of the action scenes and throughout the movie, and you need that levity just because as an audience member, when your butthole is that clenched for the whole time, you need some moments to be like, okay, I can breathe a little bit. And with that kind of speaks to the characters because no matter how impressive an action set piece may be or just an action movie period, you need the characters and plot, but especially characters to pull you through the rest of the movie. Because if you don't have that, yeah, the first action set piece might be awesome, the second one might be cool, and then after that, it starts to get a little stale and you're like, okay, I actually don't really care what's going on anymore. Sure, it's impressive, but I don't care. And you know these characters. You care about a guy named Ethan Hunt. No disrespect to the people out there who might be named Ethan Hunt, but you care about him too, which is crazy. You care about him because sure, if you've seen all the movies, of course you have some attachment to it, but also you understand his character. Even if this is the first Mission Impossible movie you see, you understand that he cares about people the most. He cares about other people's lives way more than he cares about himself, and that alone makes for a pretty compelling character. And then you bring back the awesome team like Luther and Benji, Ilsa, and you sprinkle in some other new characters and returning ones like Vanessa Kirby and Haley Atwell and my girl Mantis, and you have all of a sudden an amazing ensemble of characters of people that are good actors and just have that charm and screen presence where you just attach to them. And yeah, I referenced it in the beginning of the video, but I mean, with all due respect, if you can allow me a film drunk horny moment for 1 second, the women in this movie, oh my god, so beautiful. They are so goddamn good looking on screen. Okay, that was the film drunk's horny moment, staring respectfully. Now, having said that, I don't believe this is one of the best movies of the Mission Impossible franchise, and you know, in my opinion, I didn't really expect it to be. When it's a part 1, it immediately gets saddled with expectations and certain things that it has to overcome, which just gets tough. And a lot of the good things about this movie and a lot of the bad things I have about this movie might change depending on how they handle part 2, which is coming. But you have to judge a movie on its own, how it is, and as it is, the villain I think is incredibly weak. I'm not going to go too much into it because it's a little bit more than meets the eye, but I will say I do think it's a little weak. I didn't really buy it, and with the story being a little convoluted, it kind of gets a little bit messy. It's a timely villain for sure, but it also feels like a very convenient villain for them to just be like, wow, everything is just going wrong and it can do this, this, and this, and you kind of just have to buy it because of what they made the villain. Once again, how they handle that in part 2 might change my opinion on part 1 and how that is, because bottom line, how can you not be excited for part 2? I mean, you're insane. And with the nature of this being a part 1, just like in something like Dune or Spider-Verse or whatever, this movie is saddled with a lot of exposition, and I felt that it did repeat itself a lot throughout the movie. It is a very long movie, and I thought the first third of the movie, I was like, whoa, they are repeating themselves a lot. But once again, the length did not bother me because I did not feel it. I did not feel it once. I saw some tweets saying they felt the runtime. I could not disagree more. That shit flew by so fast. I could have watched another 2 hours because you just love it. You just love it. What are you going to do? You just love these movies. The summer blockbuster season has been pretty disappointing outside of a few movies, so I'm glad to say that Tom Cruise did not disappoint me. I knew he would not. Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. 4 stars. I mean, I'm obviously incredibly curious on what they do with part 2, because if they don't land the plane, then part 1 kind of becomes worse in my opinion. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. If you're asking me, I think this movie fits right in the middle of the Mission Impossible rankings, but who knows? What a fucking madman. What a madman he is. What the hell?